Hello and welcome to my knitting podcast. My name is Jolanda and I'm coming to you from the Netherlands. If you're new here, thank you so very much for checking out this channel. This is a weekly podcast mainly about knitting and crochet, sometimes spinning, hopefully some sewing. Who knows what I'm up to. Today it's probably going to be a little bit shorter than usual, which is fine. There are a lot of um, Christmas vlogs, daily vlogs, and yeah, I just wanted to show you what I have been up to. So I'm wearing my only finished object, but it is a big one, and I talked about this last time. This is the Heart and Soul sweater from Beach House Knits. It is a sweater totally knit in garter stitch, which means if you do that in a round, you have to knit around and purl around, which was not the funnest experience for me, but it is finished. I'm happy with it. It is not blocked yet. I just put it on and thought, okay, let's just show it because it's not the best month for me. So everything is a bit slow and I'm not so motivated. Let's just call it that. But this is out of Drops Charisma, and I really like the yarn. I think it's soft enough. For now, I wear this over a long sleeve tee, but that is not really necessary. But I just changed quickly to do a podcast late in the evening. Um, I I paired it with Drops Kid Silk, and that's only needed a little bit. And yeah, what can I say about it? It is the project almost took me a year just because, yeah, I did not really like the process. But in the end, I persevered and I finished the sleeves and I'm happy with it. And then I wove in the ends and I did a beautiful one by one rib with the tubular bind off, the sewn bind off, Italian sewn bind off. I don't know, that might be a bit different than the tubular, but I really like it. And then I saw the bottom hem and I thought, oh, that is a totally different ribbing. I did a broken rib stitch and just a regular bind off, but I don't know. Maybe one day I will make it more matching, but on the other hand, who cares? It's a dark color and yeah, I've not taken any pictures or videos. I just did not want to record. And then I thought, I just have to record because if I skip a week, then well, it gets more messy than it already is. So I am working on three big projects. They're all sweaters. And I also wanted to talk about two sweaters I briefly mentioned last time. I want to do a little bit of a modification because they're not in a shape right now that I really want to wear them. So I hope you will enjoy this episode. Where shall I start? The waffle pullover from um, I think last time I really talked about a totally different designer. It's definitely Neil Larson, and I said it was Olive Knits, but it is Knitting for Olive. They are two different designers. So I remember I made that mistake when I was after I edited and uploaded. So, but I guess you all know Knitting for Olive, right? So last time we spoke last week, I finished the whole body and I started the sleeve. So this is how far I got. And this is just very simple knitting. So if you're a beginner knitter and you can do knit two together and yarn over, you can definitely do this. Well, you have to knit and purl too, but yeah, this is a lovely sweater. It's the waffle sweater. I don't know if I mentioned that. And yeah, they're quite large needles. I think 5 or 6 millimeters. They're really I probably can't see. No, well, they're bigger than I was used to, but that gives it very nice and a drapey fabric. This yarn has a tiny little bit of cashmere. It also has mohair and all kinds of other stuff. So it is very small, thin strands, which together make a beautiful fluffy yarn. And even though this is not that thick, you do knit it on bigger needles to get that beautiful drapey open gauge. That is that is pretty nice for lace work. So otherwise the lace will not open up if you block it. So yeah, the waffle sweater by Pernille Larsen. Yeah. Then I am still working on the champagne sweater by, well, Sari Nordlund. It is such a beautiful sweater and I made progress. It's just really, really fun knit. Even though it takes some brain space, you definitely have to have the chart present at all times. But yeah, I have the chart on my phone. I just make a line in the app and then move the line up as I finish a row. And the side line, I also make small lines in a different color, which show me where I did the decreases in the first sleeve, so I can repeat it exactly in the second sleeve. So yeah, it works good for me. You, of course, can also, if you prefer that, print a chart and use a sticky note, or there's a special tape you can remove and put back on. There are many ways, but I like this because if my sticky note can't get off, so I'm pretty safe. So here it is again. It will be here again, I'm sure. I finished one sleeve. I am at the ribbing. So the sleeve has stockinette stitch on the bottom and it has the beautiful lace on top. So I'm really, really curious to see how this will look after blocking. It's really, really stunning. And then we all hope that it fits well. And this is the second sleeve. All I have to do is one more repeat of the chart and a little extra, and then the sleeve is long enough. So I had to add some extra centimeters as usual to give my sleeves the right length. And then I have to pick up for the neckband. Yeah, really stunning. I never did this kind of a construction. It is a drop sleeve, but it has the special shoulder construction. Sari has them a lot in her, I couldn't even see what it is, in a lot in her sweaters. And I'm not such a drop shoulder fan, but I thought it has some shaping. So I'm very interested to see how this fits. And if I like wearing this kind of a shape. So I really hope so, because we have some stunning patterns, also other designers, and then maybe I'll change my mind about the drop sleeves. The drop sleeves I remember were the really oversized sweaters with where the sleeves ended up here, and I thought it just was uncomfortable under a jacket, and yeah, I did not really care so much for it. But this is a totally different look. It also has shoulder shaping, so it's not just a square or rectangle. It involves a lot more than that. So, well, I really hope I like it. So, if this is your first podcast, this is knitted out in drop snort. And drop snort is a yarn that is very affordable, and especially here in Europe, it's a very soft yarn with a little bit of alpaca and wool and nylon or polyamide. So it makes a very sturdy yarn, but it's also very soft, and it definitely has a fluff factor because of the alpaca. It's definitely not as fluffy as mohair, but it definitely has a little bit of fluff. I don't even know if you can see that, but it is extremely soft. And I have knitted multiple garments in this. And in my opinion, it holds up really well. I put it in the washing machine on the wool cycle. And then I either hang it on my dress form or I lay it flat on the drying rack or whatever I have on hand. And yeah, I just let it dry. Goes very well. I really, really like this yarn. Like I said, it is super affordable. It comes in 50 grams, so you can yeah, calculate quite precise how much you need. And yeah, really love this yarn. And of course, if you're a returning viewer, you already know that because I'm knitting another cardigan in this yarn. And this is the Agnes kofta. And oh, should have used the stitch stoppers. I showed you last time, I thought the yoke was way too wide and I was debating if I should omit the next set of increases or I should rip back. I actually ripped back the 6 rows. It took me 2 hours. Seriously, it took forever. It took so much longer than reknitting them. But I think I made the right decision. And I finished one sleeve. She wants you after the body, the yoke is finished. She wants you to start on knitting on the sleeves, which is it's all fine with me. This is a fall colourwork cardigan. So the sleeves, they look enormously wide, but I put another sweater on there. They're not that wide. I think it's the optical illusion of the colourwork, probably. I must say, in the colourwork there is a resting row every 5th round or 6th round. And in that resting row, I did the decreases from on the underarm. Maybe my gauge is a little bit off. You're supposed to do the decreases every 1.5 centimeter. That resting row was just a tiny little bit more than 1.5 centimeters. But it was so easy to remember. So I just kept doing that. And in the end, my sleeve was long enough, but I did not do all the decreases yet. So I just did extra decreases here to get the right amount of stitches for the cuff. And it doesn't really matter. So if I had to do it again, I probably would have cast on less stitches for the underarm. But like I said, it does not really matter. This will definitely be worn over something. And yeah, I do have small arms, but then again, this is something totally different. I don't owe anything like this. I made something slightly similar, but it was also not a fully color work. So this is a different experience. It goes way faster than I expected. I thought it would be tedious, it would take forever, but I cannot say I can memorize this chart because I still use the chart, but the rows are very simple. It's like knit 3 in one color, 2, 1, 2, 3, you know, it constantly repeats a very even number, very easy memorable. And if you're doing something wrong, you can definitely see it in the chart. So these look all like they are the same, thankfully. I had to think back a few times because then my mind is really distracted by all kinds of things it should not even be thinking about, and then just make a mistake, have to go back. So I just picked up the stitches for the second sleeve. I started that. I think it's looking really great. I really like it. And I wanted the muted colors because they look better on me than the brighter. The kofta I made before was really bright colors. In the end, I sold it to somebody who was very happy with it. But I think this will definitely look better on me, and the color scheme is just lovely. As I did it, I have the drops Nord, all the colors that suit my complexion I have in my stash. not in big quantities, but just so I can easily put them together and order more if I need to or not. I chose one color from the Drops Flora range. I now saw this color is also available in Drops Nord, but I had enough of it. It is a tiny little bit thinner, but I thought, well, it is the whole sweater is double layered, and yeah, well, if I had to order it, I would definitely order it all in the same line. But since I had enough of this, I just wanted to use that as I already had it. So all the colors I used, you can find on my Ravelry page. I already put everything in there. I made a gauge swatch that you can see a few episodes back. The only thing I changed, and I forgot to tell you about, was the yellow color. The color I used in the swatch was called Dandelion. It was really a really pale yellow, and I really don't like that ochre yellow. I mean, not wearing it. I made a pair of socks of it, and I just had little balls left. I put it in my scrap bin. And then I thought, okay, the pale was really too pale yellow. And there's also a very a part here that has very pale uh, purple, very pale lilac. You probably can't even see it. So if that would be also very pale, there would just be no contrast at all. So I took it out of my scrap bin, and it was enough. I even have a little bit left. So I had two 50-gram balls, and I made a pair of socks out of it, and there is enough to put in this cardigan. And I'm really happy about that decision because, yes, you can see here there is literally no contrast between that lilac and that master pen color, and that this would have been lost also. So I think this was a very good decision, and yeah, I looked at the color chart. It has a section where she specified the color and the name and how much you need of it. But they were very nicely color coded. So I just actually looked at that tiny little chart. No, it was not a chart. It was more the explanation of the colors. So I looked at that, and that's how I kind of looked for my colors. The colors I had in my stash, the colors that would not so much match the total appearance, but more like um, I mean, I substituted the let's say the wheat color for the marzipan, and if there was a bright red, I substituted for a muted red or a dark rose. I mean, that was the way I went for it. So maybe the overall look is quite similar, even though I totally use different colors. So I think the overall look is quite similar. I will put in the original cardigan here for you. So I think the size is better than I had last time. I have not tried it on, which is not smart, but I am pretty confident this will work out. So the sleeves are wide enough. I'm pretty sure of that. The yoke depth, yeah, it is. If it's more than 20 centimeters, I'm good. So yeah, I did do the it is the easy tubular cast on, which is looks like the tubular cast on, which seems to be a little bit fiddly, but this is quite easy. So yeah, I tried that, and it is the sticking is on the front. Oh, there goes my stitch marker. So this needs to be sewn on the sewing machine, and I am thinking about looking up a tutorial for a double folded button band. It would be nice if you could do these stick stitches and hide it inside the button band. I also have a lot of ribbon, beautiful ribbon I can use to mask the stick stitches. I've done that before. That's also an option. I'm not against sewing by hand or weaving in ends. I don't mind all that. So yeah, a nice detail is they use one pearl stitch for the underarm seam. So the pearl stitch separates, and yeah, the chart won't go. Um, I mean, it won't match up, but on the underarm nobody will see, and yeah, that's how it goes. You have to fiddle a little bit. Well, I was thinking this would be a very short episode. I was wrong. I have two more things I want to talk about. This were the works in progress, and I just pull out two sweaters I want to modify. I cannot remember what. No, I don't remember any of the names, to be honest. One of the sweaters, maybe two. No, I think it was one. This was one of the 12 costumes for last year. If you look for what I'm talking about, there is a separate section, 12 cast-ons for 2023, and that's where I cast on 12 projects for the month of December, January. I'm not even sure. It's a year ago, and this was one of them. And this is totally finished, and it fits well. It is very nice, but the neckline is too wide. I got some really nice tips on what to do, and that is absolutely, you can crochet on the inside, you can weave in some elastic. There are multiple ways, but I thought I have more of this beautiful hairy yarn, and I will wind until I find a color I like, and I might even do a semi turtleneck maybe, because this is a very thick and warm sweater, and I think it needs something cozy around my neck. So that I will do. I will frock the small tiny little neckband because I run out of yarn, and I will look for the right color. Here's the purple, and I think I have the purple on the bottom also. And somewhere in here, I already checked, somewhere in the middle, there's also that purplish color. I will check if that is the right color, because if it is not so good next to my face, I might choose the peachy one for the neck. That is not such a problem. So this will not take that much time. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do this in the December month, but I just wanted to show that to you. This is laying in my little room waiting to be fixed, and I think that should be fixed pretty quickly and soon, because it is cold here, and I could definitely wear that sweater. It's pretty. So the next one is also something of my own era. There's nothing wrong with the pattern, or I know Melanie Hoffman designed this sweater, and this is almost impossible to show, but it has there are two versions. I know that. I don't think you see anything, but what happened is the sleeves are too small. You can see that on the end, I can fit in there, but it is really, really tight. And sometimes I like to just shove up my sleeves if I'm getting a hot moment, and that is almost impossible. So there are also some wrap stitches here, and that is also not helping with the stretch. So what I will do, probably, I don't know, it looks like a real small sleeve. I was not even thinking about reknitting the whole sleeve, but I definitely need to get it on. So I'll probably cut off this part. When we do no more decreases, I think I have to put my arm in here and see how far I need to frock this. I still have a full 100 gram of ball, so I probably could reknit a whole sleeve. Do I want to do that? That's a whole different story. But it's kind of a shame. This is a nice sweater. This is, let me think, it is Cloudborn worsted. And I bought this a long time ago. But it's a very beautiful brown color. and I would like to wear this. So there's no point in letting it laying around, and it won't take forever. It just needs some attention, and then I can wear it, and that's the whole purpose of knitting something, right? I like this yarn. I have a few more sweaters out of this. It is Peruvian Highland wool, and I really like it. I can wear this next to skin. That's not a problem. So yeah, I will it's something with posies. I think I will put the name of the sweater on the screen if I can find any pictures that makes it more clear. I know it was very difficult to photograph, and there's like no daylight now, so we will see. We will see. You can look at my project page. So everything I talk about will be on my project page that you can easily find in the link down below. What else? I think I talked about everything for now. There's still things I want to cast on, but I just try to restrain myself because these are all big projects, and I really like to finish one sweater before I cast on another one because there. Sari Nordlund has, up until Christmas, she puts on a short podcast where she talks about one of her designs, older and newer ones, and for that day and the next day she will have the design for 24% discount, which is very generous. So I might have bought a few. Yeah, and like I said, I think I need to finish some sweaters first. I have many plans. I have patterns for vests. I would like to make one or two of those, and yeah, I could use some more hats. It is really, it's like we do have some light, but it's almost like there is no light. It is just it is drizzling, and it feels much colder than it is. Yeah, I like to put a hat on, and for the rain and the cold. And I forgot this morning, and now I got an earache. So that was also not such a good plan, but hey. So rapidly we are going towards Christmas. I find this month very heavy on me, very heavy. And I just go and plow through like nothing happens. Yeah, my kids are home, my two sons, they're both adults, and they live here with me. I enjoy that. I find it very cozy and warming that they're at home. Even though they're doing their own things, it is nice to know that they're having fun and they can relax because, yeah, it's they're busy at work and they deserve some time off, right? And they usually the summer holidays they don't take that much, only in 1 week, maybe a little longer, because we here don't like the heat that much and we don't have air conditioning. So they say let's take the weeks around Christmas because then it's nice and cozy and with the decorations, and we can play games on the computer without getting all overheated. So yeah, that's very nice. And I just make the coffee and the dinner and lunch, and we just enjoy time together, and especially relax. That is a very important thing right now. So I have finished buying all the presents. I have finished making the presents, and yeah, that's actually I can just relax. Next week the shopping, the groceries will be delivered. So yeah, that's nice, and I think I'm all settled. So I hope you have a stress-free December, and maybe you can spend time with family and friends. That is very nice. For me, it will be just me and my kids, which is totally fine. I am very easily overwhelmed and don't like big crowds. So just being at home makes me feel safe and comfortable. So if you have big plans and you need to finish things in the last week, I hope you are successful, and I hope the people you make things for are appreciative of whatever you're making, because that is makes everything worthwhile. So I am planning to just record another short episode next week. I'm not sure if there's any progress or just checking in. That is good to keep into a rhythm and have a little talk with you all. I really like that. So yeah, I guess I see you in a week, and I hope you have so much time to knit and enjoy, and don't forget to relax. See you next week then. Many thanks and greetings from the Netherlands. Bye bye.